We visited one of the locations we covered.
Back when?
Season 2, episode 13. I looked it up.
Oh, awesome.
The Hellyer House. The house at 553 Hellyer Avenue.
Okay.
It's off of Center and Hellyer, and there's been so many rumors surrounding the house. And do you recall any of the rumors that we covered?
Demons, monks, and people killing themselves. That's all I know.
I mean, if you go to tripful.com, it's a forum where people talk about things.
You're going to put it in the show notes.
I will put it in the show notes. And the post that has the most information comes from Jericho Santos.
Jericho Santos.
He writes, "We lived in the nearest of this house, and there's so many rumors about what happened in the house. Vietnamese family of 3 murdered in 1989, and the next was 16-year-old girl committed suicide in the garage. The owner continued to rent, and nobody can stay longer because a lot of strange things happen inside the house." Now, as we visited the house, we pulled over and stopped right next to the house.
Yeah, we walked by, and there were like security alarms, right?
Yeah.
There's no way we could get into the house.
There's no way we can get into the house, but we can jump the gate and get into the driveway. But as soon as we walk up to the front door, the alarm will go off, which we didn't. We've seen this on YouTube.
Yeah.
Many have tried. And in front of the house, there are these 2 bright lights for some reason, right?
Yeah.
What is that for?
Maybe it's like motion sensor.
The lights? Why would the lights be motion sensor?
No,
the lights were on, though, before we got there.
Off.
And then in front of the house, there's also 3 big boulders.
Yeah.
It's rumored that monks put it there so the spirits inside the house can't...
None of this has any proof, by the way.
Yeah. If you look up any stories about any murders in San Jose, there's nothing about a triple homicide or a girl killing herself in the garage of that house. And if there was, it'd be online somewhere in some archive.
Yeah, but nowhere.
But the weird thing about the house is, as we walked by,
we heard a noise. Simultaneously heard a noise together.
Yeah, the first time we walked by,
just
I would describe it as a man imitating an owl, right?
Woo-hoo.
And it clearly came from inside the house.
Yeah,
which had no lights on, by the way, so no one was home. I'm pretty sure no one was home.
Yeah.
And then when we on our way back, we heard
woo-hoo.
The same thing, basically.
Woo-hoo.
And I don't know if it's one of the neighbors messing with us.
Yeah, it's like, look at these.
But it came.
Checking out the Hellyer house.
It sounded exactly like it came from the house. And if you go on citydata.com, there's a post by Yo Daddy.
Yo Daddy.
This house is actually haunted. 3 people were found dead by SJPD. It is said by cops that the family were Vietnamese people. I'm sorry. I'm going to read this verbatim. It was said that the family were Vietnamese people.
Vietnamese.
And that 3 people were murdered. And 1 had committed suicide. I've talked to some of the neighbors, and they have said that the alarm goes on during 2 and 3 a.m. in the morning. They've also told me that they see shadows in the living room. They also told me that they once saw the lights go on and off during the night.
This guy like in a dark corner in the movies.
They have heard door slams. One neighbor said that the black gate once opened and closed at least 5 times. A plumber also came in to fix a water heater, but during the time he was doing the job, he got really bad vibrations and also got really bad chills to the point that he decided not to do the job anymore and told the owner he never wanted to work in that house. That sounds like a horror film.
Yeah.
Plumber goes in.
It's like when like family moves into that house. Hey, are you guys new neighbors? Yeah.
I still think the house is not haunted.
No, I still think it's not haunted.
Yeah, but what was that noise we heard though? My best bet is it was one of the neighbors messing with us.
Yeah, most likely.
Because neighbors probably see a bunch of kids and people.
What are we? What was the word?
Kids?
No, something skeptics.
We are
big ass
small
skeptics.
ass skeptics.
Oh, small ass.
Big ass skeptics are people who just debunk everything. I'm not saying it's not haunted. I'm saying I don't think it's haunted.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Well, speaking of haunted houses.
50 Shades of Grey.
50 Shades of Grey.
50 Shades of Haunted Grey.
I got this, you guys. TheDailyBeast.com. Best of 50 Shades of Grey. Let's do this.
Actually, I'd like to throw in this fun fact. I think that 50 Shades of Grey copies were all tested for some sort of STD.
What?
and it was found that, I don't know, 10%, 20% of them have traces of an STD on it.
Really?
Yeah. Fact check, though. Fact check. It might be something that isn't real, but...
Sitting behind me, he gently pulls my sweatpants down. Up and down, like a whore's drawers, my subconscious remarks bitterly. In my head, I tell her where to go. Christian squirts baby oil into his hand, and then rubs my behind with it, carefully and tender. From makeup remover to soothing balm for a spanked ass. Who would have thought it was such a versatile liquid?